Hey, everybody. My name is Joe Bladdock here today. I'm joined here today with Sam Thompson, and welcome to today's episode of I guess Canadian Mortgage Weekly, which we're trying out here this year in 2021. So yeah, welcome Sam Thompson today. Sam Thompson is a mortgage agent with us here in Barrie, and Sam lives in Barrie. He's been joining us on these weekly talks here. He's really knowledgeable with first-time home buyers, and he's married, and he's excited to be on the show with us today. So hey, Sam, how's it going?
I'm good, Joe. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad. Good to see you today,
Yeah.
and thanks for joining us again today.
Yeah, it's good to see you. And of course, everybody, we are obviously hosted by Joe here. He is a mortgage broker, again, in the Barrie area who has been in the industry for, about 10 years, lots of experience, super knowledgeable. One of the people that I know that is actually genuinely extremely passionate about mortgages. So this is the one place to be for all of your mortgage needs, questions. I'm excited to be with you here today, Joe.
Thanks so much, Sam, for that wonderful introduction. I really appreciate that. And yes, we have a great show today planned. And by planned, I mean we try not to plan things. We try to open it up for questions. We try to answer your questions live here on air. So if you have any questions, we have comment boxes on either Facebook or YouTube or whatever platform you're watching. And Sam, we're watching those questions, aren't we today, Sam?
We are. As you guys know, if you've tuned in before, we do a weekly draw. If you are somebody who has commented on the video, if you share the video, or even if you just like the video, your name will be entered into a draw. Last week we did one, and Nathaniel Postma was our lucky winner. We're reaching out to him now to get in touch for a $25 Skip the Dishes gift card so that you can, keep social distancing, but enjoy that takeout.
That's right. Yes. And with social distancing and takeout, I mean, I've been trying to keep that on the low side, but I got to admit, I've been ordering a little bit too much this year. And I should probably keep it down, with the new year comes with new plans.
Mm.
But yeah, so on today's show, I wanted to also with the gift card. Of course, it'll be contactless, but to announce the gift card, I brought today a snare drum to do the drum roll. And on today's show, we're featuring a Ludwig Black Beauty snare drum for your music lovers there. And I'll be making sure that it's dampened with a gel pad, so it's not too crazy when it's going through the microphone. So really excited. And the sticks today we're using are 5B Dave Grohl sticks, which I'm pretty excited about. One of my favorite drummers there. So they're a little bit used, but they'll do the job well.
Mm.
So today's program is focused on the interest rate announcement. So Sam, where do you think interest rates will go? I mean, they're so low already.
That's right. I know that we had heard some things. It could be lower, even it could stay the same. I mean, either way, looking back to where we were this time last year, the rates are incredibly low, and hopefully we at least see that they stay the same.
That's right. Exactly. I mean, a lot of people are calling in right now, and they're hoping to keep rates low. They're planning to get pre-approved, or they're getting pre-approved, and they ask me, is it a good time to get pre-approved now, or is it better to wait? But most people don't realize, like, as long as rates go down, they get that automatic low rate right away. It automatically adjusts for them, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, rates are pretty low, like you're saying. It's a good time to buy. As far as I think, we'll see if we can get some expert opinions later. But looking at what we have here, I wanted to check what the interest rate announcement is, because this is going to dictate where the market's going to go. If they raise rates, or if they lower rates, or they keep them the same, could go either way. I know that from what I've been reading, the rates were talked about, like the originally were starting to go up in 2019, and we saw a lot of people locking in at that point, but those people that locked in are now calling me to get the lower rate. So we did see articles last week about possibly a micro rate cut depending on what happens, but let's take a look. All right. So in case anyone doesn't know, the Bank of Canada does decide interest rate monetary policy 8 times per year. And you can actually look that schedule up on the Bank of Canada website. And today they had a meeting this morning at 10 a.m. So the results are, all right, let's see. Press release. All right. So the Bank of Canada will hold the level until inflation objective is achieved. Continues quantitative easing. And the rates have stayed the same. All right. So they're going to continue to stay low as we've seen. So that's exciting news. So Sam, with rates being this low and continuing to stay low, I don't know about you, but that's just going to keep adding fire to the already hot housing market as far as I think, but I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely going to keep interest in the market. And given that we're seeing the rates, drop and stay the same, I'm sure a lot of people are probably wondering whether they should go fixed or variable in this time. Do you have any thoughts on that for this kind of, interesting season in the market?
That's a good question. And it all depends on your personality is what I find. If you are a person that likes to set it and forget it, it is a good time to lock in. Fixed rates, if you're buying with as a first-time home buyer with 5% down, I'm seeing a lot of those like 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 rates for like locking in for 3 to 5 years. That is pretty amazing. I have people locking in right now for 7 years to 10-year mortgages at around 1.9 to 2.1%. And those are rates in that area that we haven't seen in a long time. So if you're a set it and forget it type of person and you don't really follow the interest rates and you don't really read articles like that, you delete my emails when they come in because you just don't like hearing about mortgage updates from a mortgage broker, which is totally fine because I might do the same thing if I got an email from a mortgage broker. And if you're that type of person, it's a really good time to lock in. However, if you do follow the market a little bit and you keep track of your finances and you feel comfortable with possibly locking in your rate at a future time, which is no cost, you can actually take a variable rate now. And if rates continue to go down, you can enjoy that payment decrease. And then when you sense rates going back up, then you can lock in without any fees at that point. So best of both worlds, but it does take a little bit more conscientious effort. And I don't know about you, Sam, but a lot of people just don't think about their mortgages on a daily basis as they do breakfast or lunch or other daily things like taking their kids to school.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of times when it gets close to renewal at the end of the 5-year term, there's a lot of surprises as well. Like, oh, has it been 5 years already? So there's definitely a lot of people that want to just get it done and not have to think about it.
Exactly. So with the rates staying the same, in our opinion about the matter, I mean, we're only in the mortgage field. I think we should probably try to get a real estate professional to chime in and maybe they can give us an idea of what they think the market will do in 2021 with rates now staying the same with the first rate announcement in 2021. So while I seek out a contact here to call, maybe we can catch them on air here. But let's remind everyone that they can ask questions, just comment in the box below. And Sam, can you remind everyone of the contest as well?
Yeah, of course. So if you do have a question, feel free to drop it in the chat, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook right now. Definitely drop a question and a comment, because at the end of this week, before next week's video, we're going to be tallying every like, comment, and share, and your name will be entered into a draw to win a $25 Skip the Dishes card.
Exactly. And yeah, just talking about all this food is already making me hungry. I almost want to just stop the show right now and go eat a snack. But yeah, so looking at that, let's see if we can get someone on here and we'll just get an expert opinion on the phone and see what we can do. So let's see if I can find someone. All right. If you're looking to ask a realtor a question, please comment below.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Hey, Mary, how are you? I'm good. We're live on YouTube right now. I just wanted to see if you had a few minutes.
I do.
Okay, that's awesome. So, Mary, I'll just tell everyone a little bit about how I know you and who you are. So, Mary Ralston is a real estate agent. She actually practices in Barrie and in the Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge area. So Mary's actually been living down in the Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph area now, and she's helped a lot of our first-time home buyers with their home purchases and helping guide them along the way. So Mary, I'm really excited to have you on, and you've been in the industry for a number of years as well, right?
I have. I've been in for 9.5 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So in that 9.5 years, you've probably seen the real estate market go up and down and all that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've seen lots of changes.
Nice. So Sam and I are on today, and we're hoping to ask you a few questions about interest rates and about the market.
Okay.
So
Fire away.
awesome. Thanks so much. So we just found out that the interest rates have gone not down, not up, but they're actually staying the same for the time being, which I think is great. Sam thinks is great. So the rates are going to continue to stay low. I just wanted to know, what do you think that will do to home buyers now?
Well, it's great for home buyers. I'm really glad to hear that the rates are not going up for sure. And it makes the rates are so good right now. It makes it easier for buyers to buy, especially first-time home buyers.
Okay, that's great. Exactly. With the rates being so low, it does make it easier for first-time home buyers and buyers to get in the market because their payments are a lot lower. And what I find a lot of people are noticing is that, say, if you're paying 3.29% for a mortgage right now, you can actually buy a home that's priced $100,000 more and pay the same mortgage payment with the lower rate.
Yeah, that's good news.
You know,
that's good.
Stuff like that, it's probably having your phone ring off the hook.
Yeah, it's great for buyers.
That's great. So another question is, what do you think will happen with the housing market in 2021? I know a lot of people are concerned about, what's happening with the housing market and COVID, but Sam and I have just seen it be on fire this year. So what are your thoughts going into 21?
Well, that's a really good question. There are a lot of mixed feelings about what will happen. No one really knows for sure what's going to happen. We discuss this question every week in our weekly meetings.
Yep.
And I actually just had a weekly meeting this morning.
Okay.
And basically, right now, the market is on fire.
Yeah.
Prices are up again.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing that buyers need to keep in mind is the price that you see a house listed at is not what you're going to pay. And there aren't a lot of listings out there right now to choose from.
Yeah.
So it makes it more competitive. And when the market is competitive like that, prices are going to keep going up.
Good point. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of competition and a lot of bidding wars, like you're saying, and clients paying higher than they would normally or higher than list price just to win the offer. I guess that's why it becomes also that much more important to be pre-approved, so you can feel confident about your offer and know exactly how much you can go up to. Because if you are pre-approved, I'm assuming that going an extra 5,000 more would not be so nerve-wracking if you knew that you could afford it.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely need to be pre-approved and be prepared. Because in this market, if you're not prepared, there's no point in putting an offer in on a house because you're just going to be disappointed.
Awesome. Well, Sam and I can help with that. And then when we get you pre-approved, we can connect you back with Mary and she can help you find a home. So another question for you, and thank you so much again. When do you think is a good time to buy and sell, or sell and buy your house? I know some people tell me they got to do it in January. Some people tell me they got to wait until the summer, but you've seen the market for years now. Do you think there's a certain time, or is there?
Well, it's definitely a good time to sell.
Okay.
And I would say there isn't a bad time to buy, because just to put it into perspective, a buyer that I have been working with who is looking for an investment property, he was thinking about buying in December, but he said, "Oh, we'll wait till Christmas is over and see what happens." As it turns out, the market is crazier now than it was in December, so he probably would have been better off buying then.
Interesting.
So what I would say to buyers who think that they should wait, with the market the way it is, and we don't know what's going to happen, home prices could keep going up, which is very likely. Because the prediction this year is that housing prices will go up by 10 to 20% again on top of last year.
Yeah.
So the longer you wait, the higher the prices are going to be. And especially if you're a first-time home buyer, it's important to get in as soon as you can, because you want to get out of paying rent and paying yourself.
That makes sense. Yeah. And once you start paying yourself, I mean, we've seen when people get into the market, just paying that mortgage payment, you will accumulate 5,000 to 10,000 in just principal pay down every year on a small little first-time home. And then after 5 years, that accumulates to thousands and thousands of dollars of mortgage pay down, and plus your appreciation on the property as well. I mean, that can really launch you into your next sort of forever home after that.
That's right.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks, Mary. I appreciate you joining us on such short notice. Again, if anyone is interested, Mary is a real estate agent in the Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Guelph area. She's been in the industry for over like 9.5 years now. Can you tell everyone how people can get in touch with you, Mary?
Sure. I have two numbers you can call or text me. I have a Kitchener Waterloo number. It's 226-218-6574.
Okay.
And my Barrie number is 705-791-0131. You can also email me.
Okay.
And my email is mary.ralston, which is RALSTON, @remax.net.
That's fantastic. Mary, thank you so much for that and for your comments today. I'm sure whoever's watching or will watch this week will probably take those into consideration when they're deciding what their real estate plans are for 2021.
Awesome.
So, okay. Well, thanks very much. Hope you have a great day and we'll talk soon, okay?
Okay, thanks for having me on, Joe.
My pleasure. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was awesome. Thank you very much, Mary. And what do you think about that, Sam? I mean, that's some pretty good news overall.
Yeah. And she definitely gave a lot to think about.
In
terms of buying now, because I think we've seen that as well on our side of people that maybe aren't satisfied with what they're pre-qualified for, so they think, okay, I'll wait 6 months to 8 months, but then at that time, because the market has shifted with them, they still find themselves in sort of the same range. So definitely buying when you can and buying now is always a good idea.
Awesome. Before we keep going any further, is there any questions there that anyone has? Sam, is there any questions kind of popping up right now, or are we good right now?
I haven't seen any at the moment, so I think we're good for now, but I will keep you updated.
Okay. One question that did pop up that I wanted to answer on air this week is we did have a comment last week from Jesse. Jesse, hope you're out there watching today. Yes, I do have a beard now. And it's very warm in the winter, and I did trim it last week. So I hope that, it's still big enough for a beard, because I'm digging this look personally. So
Mm.
yeah.
The
Anyway,
new COVID look.
it's the new COVID look, right? So if anyone has any questions going into next week, please comment, share if you know someone that could benefit from chatting with a mortgage broker. Sam and I are available to help you with your questions. We'll make sure that we answer your questions on air next week if you comment below or send us a message. Also, if you like, share, or comment on this post, Sam, tell them about the contest if you don't mind.
Yeah, so if you like, comment, or share this video, you'll be entered into our draw. So we look at it actually, I look at it yesterday. So you can even comment or like or share after this video has gone live. We're not doing a live draw. So even if you watch this video after, feel free to give it a like or a share, and then you'll be entered into our draw to win a $25 Skip the Dishes gift card.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Sam. So speaking about draw, I think maybe we should do the draw for last week's video.
That sounds good, Joe.
So we've had a few people like, comment, and react to the video. So I'm sure you have those names in there. And what I'll do on my end is I'll get my snare drum ready here to do the drum roll.
Sounds good.
All right. So again, this drum is a Ludwig Black Beauty. For those of you who know about drums, it's a pretty good snare drum. So I wanted to make sure we have a good sound today for today's drum roll. So you let me know when we got those ballots there, and I'll get the
They're
drum roll
ready to
ready.
go.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh. Looks like we have Aleo Miko.
All right, congratulations. That is great. Thank you for commenting, liking, or sharing that post, Aleo. Sam will make sure to reach out to you this week to connect with you and find out if you want to skip the dishes card or if you prefer DoorDash, because sometimes it's better for that area. And yeah, we look forward to answering your questions if you have any between now and next week on next week's show. And next week, Sam, I guess we'll plan to meet back here 10:30 next week, shall we?
Sounds good, Joe.
All right. Well, thanks very much. I'll just let's check if we have any final questions before we sign off on here today.
Doesn't look like we do, but again, as you were saying, there is lots of time. If you're watching the video after it's gone live, if a question pops up or you have a question throughout the week, we will be regulating this chat for next week and answer any questions you put in.
All right. Thanks very much. Thanks, Sam. And thanks for watching us today. Again, my name is Joe Bladdock, mortgage broker here in Barrie and Orillia and Simcoe County, and Sam Thompson, the mortgage agent in Barrie, Orillia, Simcoe County as well. And shout out to Terry Lynn, who doesn't join us on the videos, but is also a very integral part of the office here in Simcoe County. And hope you all have a great day.